Welcome back to Decoristique, your cozy corner for all things vintage, classic, and rustic. Today, we're diving into a stunning transformation, a vintage glam living room makeover that blends timeless luxury with warm rustic charm. If you're dreaming of turning your living space into a charming retreat, this one's for you. Before we jump in, don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more inspiring home decor content. Hit that like button if you love vintage vibes, and leave us a comment to let us know your favorite element from today's makeover. Grab a warm cup of tea or coffee, get comfy, and let's begin this elegant and enchanting journey of style and comfort. Every great makeover starts with a vision. For this project, we imagined a space that captures the elegance of classic vintage glam while honoring the natural textures of rustic living. The color palette was our first major decision. Soft creams, dusty blush tones, and antique gold set the stage for understated opulence. To complement this, we chose warm wood accents and raw textures for that rustic grounding. We wanted the room to feel both lavish and lived in, as if you stepped into a French chateau that's been loved for generations. Before any new items came in, we had to clear the space. Old, worn-out furniture and dated decor were either donated or repurposed. This made room for intentional choices. We patched up the walls, refinished the floors, and added a fresh coat of paint in a vintage-inspired ivory. It instantly made the room feel brighter and more open. Prepping is half the battle in a makeover. With a clean, fresh canvas, we were ready to start building the room from the ground up. The soul of any vintage glam room lies in its furniture. We chose a tufted velvet sofa in a soft rose gold hue, which instantly became the star of the show. To contrast the plush elegance of the sofa, we brought in a rustic wood coffee table, reclaimed oak with iron details. The juxtaposition was just what we needed. A pair of vintage French berger chairs flanked the sofa, their cream upholstery and distressed frames echoing the blend of refinement and charm. Textiles play a huge role in setting the mood. We layered in rich fabrics, velvet, brocade, and chenille, to give the room depth and texture. Throw pillows in champagne and soft floral patterns added a touch of femininity and old-world glamour. We even incorporated a few fringe-trimmed pillows for added detail. The drapes were especially important. Floor length, lined with gold tassel tiebacks, they added height and instant sophistication to the space. Next up, lighting. We installed a crystal chandelier with antique brass arms, dripping in elegance and perfectly balanced between glam and tradition. We also placed 2 vintage wall sconces above the fireplace, ornate and gilded, with candle-like bulbs to add a warm glow. For mood lighting, we added a rustic table lamp with a textured linen shade and a marble base. It added a contemporary twist that still honored the overall aesthetic. Now for the rustic heart of the makeover: natural, textural elements that give warmth and character to the glam. We used a sisal area rug beneath the furniture arrangement, grounding the space with its earthy tone and tactile quality. A distressed wooden ladder served as a decorative blanket holder near the reading nook. Small touches like these bring rustic charm into balance with elegance. The fireplace was completely reimagined. We refaced it with vintage-inspired tile in a soft gray and cream pattern, bordered by reclaimed wood trim. We painted the mantel a deep charcoal for contrast and adorned it with antique brass candlesticks, an ornate mirror, and dried floral arrangements. The hearth became a styling spot, too. Stacked firewood, a vintage coal bucket, and a few cozy woven baskets completed the look. The walls needed their moment. We added molding to create a paneled look, instantly giving the room a Parisian apartment feel. For artwork, we curated a gallery of vintage oil paintings, florals, pastoral scenes, and classic portraits, all in mismatched gilded frames. Each piece was sourced from flea markets and estate sales, adding authenticity and timeless beauty to the space. Side tables were chosen with both form and function in mind. We used vintage-style nesting tables with marble tops and gold accents. For storage, a rustic console table with distressed finishes housed books, baskets, and old travel trunks, each with a story to tell. The decor here was about utility and beauty. Glass apothecary jars, lace runners, and antique key trays turned practical pieces into art. Freshness was key. We brought in seasonal blooms like blush roses, white hydrangeas, and eucalyptus, arranged in vintage pitchers and ceramic vases. Dried florals also made an appearance. Lavender bundles, preserved roses, and straw flowers added a rustic cottage feel. Even the greenery was intentional. Ivy and vintage planters added life without overwhelming the space's serene palette. Vintage books added a personal, storied element. We stacked them on side tables and inside display cabinets, some tied with ribbon for an extra romantic touch. We also displayed old family photographs in ornate brass frames, lending the room a timeless, lived-in quality. Nostalgia is a huge part of vintage glam, and we wanted viewers to feel a sense of history and heart throughout the makeover. One corner was transformed into a dreamy reading nook, complete with a tufted armchair, vintage floor lamp, and a rustic side table. A woven basket filled with cozy throws sat nearby, along with a soft rug and stack of classic novels. It's the kind of space that invites you to slow down, sip tea, and savor the beauty around you. Mirrors are magical in vintage decor. We selected a large Baroque-style mirror for above the fireplace to reflect light and add depth. A smaller, scalloped edge mirror was placed above the console, with candles below to reflect a soft, romantic glow. Mirrors serve both form and function here, creating elegance, enhancing natural light, and giving the illusion of more space. To finish, we layered texture like an artist layers paint. Lace doilies on wood surfaces, velvet cushions on linen chairs, aged brass beside matte ceramic. Each texture was chosen to contrast yet complement, adding richness and depth to the room without overwhelming it. The key to layering. Think like a storyteller. Each texture tells a part of the narrative. And now for the best part, the final walkthrough. As the camera pans across the room, you'll see the complete transformation: soft lighting, layered textiles, vintage charm at every turn. The sofa glows in the chandelier's reflection, the rustic touches ground the elegance, and the entire space invites you to linger and daydream. It's a true vintage glam living room, filled with warmth, elegance, and a touch of old-world soul. Thank you so much for joining us on this makeover journey. We hope you're inspired to bring vintage glam and rustic elegance into your own home. If you enjoyed this video, please like, comment, and subscribe to Decoristique for more vintage style transformations and home inspiration. We'll see you next time with more classic charm and cozy ideas. Until then, keep creating beauty in your space.